You want to shut?
Probably, you know.
Yep.
Do you have a preference?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go make a copy of this so we can look at it together.
Okay.
You good on water and food and all that?
I'm good on water, I'm good.
You hungry at all?
I'm fine right now, thank you.
Alright. I'm going to sit next to you so we can look at it together. So what I want to do is, we have a whole bunch of people coming in, you know, from your neighborhood. Somebody saw something, somebody knows where these kids are. And I keep saying kids, I'm sorry, kids in your life. And I should say, I work these quite a bit, and so tonight, if I make one of those mistakes when I say kids instead of your wife and kids, I apologize. We work it a lot, and so I apologize if something comes out wrong, or, anyway. So, I know you're going through a lot, so we're not going to keep you here all night. Can we go through this? So, okay, let's see, your 148 doorbell detected visitor. What does that mean?
So the doorbell has a camera on it when you get up to a certain proximity, and when you ring it, it detects a visitor.
Okay. People are already distracting me out here.
Oh.
So in fact, you know, let's do this. So I work a lot of stuff like this in bank robberies, and when I talk to, you know, a witness at a bank robbery, sometimes I find it best for them to just say, tell me what happened, get it all out, and then once you get it out, let's go over it, okay? So just get it all out as far as this. Tell me exactly what you remember, and I'll take notes about where we can go.
Okay. So this 1:48 a.m.
Let me switch chairs.
Okay.
Because when they come knocking, when they come knocking, I gotta use that key. Do you need more water?
No,
I brought you Gatorade.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Alright, so 1:48 a.m., doorbell detects the visitor. So when we were over at the neighbor's house, the next day we were looking at his camera as well, and it didn't show anybody walking up to the driveway, which was kind of weird. That's the only reason I put that on there. Because it showed Nicole dropping her off, but nobody actually walking up to the house. It was kind of weird. But she was in the house.
Okay.
So,
and what time are we talking?
This is still 1:48.
Okay.
So, 2 a.m., Shanann gets into bed with me. 4 a.m., that's when my alarm goes off for work, and I proceed to get dressed, brush my teeth, everything I do upstairs.
Okay.
4:15, that's when I get back, slide right into bed next to her, and start having a conversation with her about putting the house up for sale, and talking about it, like actually proceeding with the separation.
Okay.
And obviously it gets pretty emotional, like we're talking about, like we felt the disconnection was there, like falling out of love, and trying to stay together, maybe just for the kids' sake, but we're realizing that doing like our homework, it's not, most of the time that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty emotional because we have 2 beautiful kids and we have 1 on the way. So it's just a matter of like, it was very emotional, we were both crying, and at the end, we just said, she said she was gonna take the kids to her friend's house for the day, and she would be back.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, it's fine. And so I went downstairs, made my protein shake. It was at 5 a.m., that's when I did that.
Okay.
Packed my lunchbox, had my oatmeal, chicken, filled my water jug up. 5:15, I went outside, backed my truck up, was loaded up, had my book bag, my lunchbox, computer, water jug, my big clear container. I put big clear containers in my truck so it's easy just to pull out, pull in, just depending on what I'm going to use. My O-ring kit, and I knew I was going to do some stuffing box rubbers that day, so I got some various open wrenches from my toolbox, and I know those would work better than the ones they would give me.
Okay.
5:30, that's when I went to work.
Okay.
And I hadn't heard from Shanann for about 2 hours there, so at 7:40 I texted her and asked her if she could tell me where the kids were, if she took them anywhere.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
At 12 I texted her again, call me. Nothing. And then about 12:10 p.m., that's when my doorbell visitor, it read another visitor, and I was like, it popped up on my phone, and it says it was Nicole. And I tried to put it on my phone to see if she's just trying to get in or whatnot. And I hear like she's on the phone trying to, I could hear her through my phone saying she was trying to get to Shanann, so that's when I called her. Yeah, I called her at 12:20, see what was going on. She told me that Shanann hadn't responded to any of her calls all day, or any of her friends' calls all day.
Okay.
And that's very strange, just because, I mean, if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine, like, she gets busy with the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
So if she's gonna get back to her people, like, the people, like, she works with direct sales.
Okay.
So if she doesn't get back with them, that's strange.
Is she the type to answer the phone?
For them, yes,
Okay.
like, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, hey, wait, I'll see you later.
Okay.
So about 12:40, a few more efforts from Nicole to reach her while she's there, like, outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at 1 o'clock, that's when I left, and I was like, all right, I'm on my way down there. 2 o'clock when I got home, because they couldn't get in because the front door had a top latch to keep the kids in.
Who's they?
Nicole and the police officer that was there.
Okay. Oh, right, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So they couldn't get in because top latch on the front door was hinged, and the keypad on the outside does not work to get into the garage, so they had to wait till I got there so I can get the remote opened.
Okay.
So that's when I got home. I opened the garage door, and we went inside the house and looked everywhere. Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, nowhere to be found. Shannann's wedding ring's on her nightstand, her phone's still on the couch, her purse is still there, the medicine for the kids is still there, the car seat's still there, and there's no sign of them anywhere.
Okay.
3 o'clock, the police officer, detective, Baumhauer, right?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I butcher his name every time. Asking Nicole and I, questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. At about 4 o'clock, the police officer that was there, he was checking neighbor security footage. At 5 p.m., the same police officer and detective, and then sergeant, another officer, they showed up and they searched the house again. About 6 o'clock, I began calling around to anyone that may know something, called hospitals and hotels. 7:30, my friend Nick and Men showed up to show support, and from then on it's his friends just showing up. Shows Lauren, Dave, Jeremy, and 10 o'clock's pretty much what I laid down, but I didn't go to bed till probably like 2 a.m. just because fielding texts and calls all night.
Okay.
And I was just hoping that, I left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get a knock on the door, but
Yeah,
nothing happened. Yeah, but nothing happened.
What do you think happened?
At first, I really thought maybe she was just at somebody's house, just decompressing.
What's going on, Steve?
Yeah, but after today, like with the onslaught of all the cars, I mean, all the police cars, all the news, all the K-9 units, it's making me lean the other direction about someone took her.
Okay.
But it's just, if someone took her, it would have to have been someone she knew. Because there's no sign of anything like being disturbed, broken.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's the way I'm leaning now. At first I thought for real she was just decompressing somewhere. I mean, I thought she was safe.
Mm-hmm.
Even though everything in the house was left there. But now it's just, after the day with the news crews and everything, it feels more the other direction. And it's freaking me out. Because I have no idea where they are.
Okay. If you could think of anything that we could do to find them, what would it be?
I mean, everything that I've exhausted so far is like people that have car seats, because she left the car seats. And she would never just, I mean, Bella could sit in a regular booster chair, because she's about that time.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste isn't quite there yet, but all the people that I know that have cars, I mean, they've contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's, I mean, there's definitely a chance it's somebody I don't know. Being a guy or a girl, I mean, and she has plenty of friends through like direct sales that I've never met. That could have a kid that they could come and just say, hey, you know, let's go. Like, just back up in the back, put them in, let's go. But I wouldn't have a name, I wouldn't know who they are.
Okay.
And this is like, that's what's driving me nuts. It's like, when I told the news crew, it's like, if she's out there, it's like, just come home. Like, if someone has her, or like, not just has her, but she's at somebody's house and she's just decompressing, it's time to come back. Because now this is real.
Okay.
This has gone to a different level.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you have an inkling of if it's good or bad?
Yesterday, I would have thought that she was safe and it was good, that she would come home. Today, it's more on the other side, because I don't think that she would let it get this far if she was just decompressing somewhere. I mean, she's not talking to anybody. As far as, I mean, people that have reached out to me that I haven't talked to in like a year,
Mm-hmm.
that are friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of her like best friends, Mark Judy, lives in Florida. Works in the police department down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And she called me today. Like, that's one of her friends she would confide in.
Oh, okay.
So.
And she hasn't heard anything?
Nothing.
And nobody's heard anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Her parents, I mean, she doesn't like talking to her mom, but still her mom calls her enough that she would at least answer once.
Yeah. And if she's, I mean, I'm married, I know how it is. If she's hacked off at her husband, would she call her mom?
She would call one of the friends that contacted me.
Okay.
At least one of them, because she has a close-knit group.
Okay.
But the fact that none of them know anything is very strange, because one of them would have said something by now, seeing what this has escalated to.
Is it possible that her close-knit group isn't close with you, and there is somebody who knows where she is right now?
I don't think so, because, I mean, Nicole she's very close with Nicole. And the way Nicole is acting right now, as far as how emotional she is, there's no way, like, she knows.
What does that mean?
There's no way, like, she would know, like, where she is, if she knew.
Oh, so you're saying if Nicole knew?
Yeah, Nicole knew, like, the way she's acting right now, she's as freaked out as I am.
Okay.
So there's no way, like, she would know where she is if she knew.
Do you know Nicole that well?
I'm decent. I mean, she's been over at our house a good amount of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you've obviously spoken with Nicole?
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have any weird feelings from her?
No, she was there at the house. Like, she was the one that was ringing the doorbell trying to see what was going on.
Okay. Do you have a sense that the police here, or the FBI here, do you have a sense that we have a good enough list of people to call and check with?
I think so, because I've gone through my entire phone. I know Nicole's gone through her entire phone. Amanda, anybody that lives here that knows Shanann,
mm-hmm.
they pretty much have the same contact list.
Okay.
So if there's somebody that's not on my phone, it's on theirs.
Okay. Has somebody, I think the police have Nicole's phone, or I'm sorry, your wife's phone, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to pronounce her name wrong,
Shanann.
Shanann?
Okay.
So the police have Shanann's phone?
Yep.
Do they have your phones? Have they looked at your phones?
I don't think so.
Okay, can I run that out and have them look real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any password I'm gonna run into?
3307.
3307?
3387.
3387. Are there any other phones we can check?
Mm-mm.
Okay. When they look at this, what's the best thing that they can do to, I don't know, to say, look for these contacts, look for this Instagram, look for this Snapchat, you know?
So like the only thing on here that's, I would say it's gonna be weird because our contact list is the same.
Oh, you guys have a shared contact,
Yeah, like
every Google?
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
it's like all the, what drove me nuts is that when she like downloaded it to the cloud, it multiplied or duplicated.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, so this is the same person over and over
10
again.
people over, oh, okay.
So we have the same contact
Okay.
list.
So I'm gonna run this out.
Okay.
So 3387, and I really want them to just not physically rip this phone apart, but really dive in.
Okay.
And are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna hand this off to somebody.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back. Okay, password 3387. You get that? 3387? All right. Are there any other phones at home we can look at?
That's the only ones I know of. It's hers and mine.
Computers?
She has a laptop, but she barely uses it
Okay. Where's the laptop?
in the office.
At home?
Yep.
Okay. I think that, I'm sorry that I'm catching up here, this always happens. The police are the first people to get a call, then when it's serious like this with missing kids, then a day or two later we come in, so I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up. It's always good to repeat it though. So laptop at home, does it have a password?
If it, I don't think so. It might, but that's the one she uses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just
Do you-
stays in her office.
Do you have any idea?
I have an idea what the password could be.
Okay.
It's like 428-4915, capital S, lowercase w. That's their main password.
428-4915, capital S, lowercase w.
Yep.
And we'll probably just have you bring that in for us. Is that okay? Okay, so they don't have it now, the cops don't have it now. Okay. So laptops, any other, like a Fitbit, is there, tablets?
iPad, but I have not found that.
Does she have it?
I've not found it yet if she has it, but I haven't seen it in the house.
Okay, so possibly she has it?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. When did you buy that?
Ooh, that was a long time ago.
And so is it a full-on iPad, like?
Yep.
You could use it to, like,
A Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Could you use it to navigate to an address?
You could text from it.
Oh, okay. So then, if it's possible and she has it and she's somewhere hurt or somewhere that we can't find her, she can't, in other words, could we somehow track that? Does that GPS?
It has to be connected to Wi-Fi for it to actually.
Oh, so it's not like a phone then, it's a...
No.
Okay.
She has a watch as well, but I have not found that.
She has like a...
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, okay.
I've
Do you know
not
where
found
that
it.
is?
I have not found it.
Okay.
It's not on the charger.
And it's not at your house that you can tell? Okay. Do you think the password for the iPad's the same?
No, it'd probably be 2385.
238, is that common for her?
Yes.
And what
On a
about-
4-digit it is.
Okay, what about for her Apple Watch?
2385.
2385, okay. I don't have an Apple Watch. Is that one where you have to unlock it usually? Okay. And does she usually have a password?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On her phone, it's different because it's 6-digit, but.
Okay, what's her phone number?
It's gonna be 013119.
Is that a birthday or something?
Of the next baby.
Oh,
Due date.
due date, okay. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So if she's, and again, this is probably something that the cops in the other room know about, if she's due in January, she's 4 or 5 months pregnant?
And she was 14, 15 weeks.
Okay. All right. Did you guys know the sex of the baby?
We weren't gonna tell anybody yet.
But you do know it?
Mhm.
Okay. That she knows it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's finish this, and then we'll get into more of this.
Okay.
So how else can we track her? Does she have another phone that you know of?
That's the only phone I've ever seen him use.
Okay, what's the phone number?
910-850-3286.
Okay. So, strap on your CSI hat, You can imagine the FBI has some pretty cool tricks and toys and everything. Is there anything you can think of that we should be giving them or not?
Honestly, everything that I saw today was like, it took me on a whirlwind. I didn't think all that was going to happen, so that everything that happened today, I thought you guys were like spot on.
Okay. Is there anything that a friend has said? Oh, has the FBI done this? Well, you probably didn't know the FBI was involved until an hour ago.
Yeah.
Is there any good ideas that your friends have had saying, man, I gotta try this, I gotta do this?
A lot of people have asked about Amber Alerts, but I'm not sure like why that. I'm not sure I'm sure Amber Alerts have to deal with like, all right, if you know someone has taken a kid, but since the last person you saw was the mom, and you don't think everybody's gone.
Yeah.
That's probably why Amber Alert's not really used in this respect.
Well, they did a press statement. So Amber Alerts are a little bit different. One thing that helps Amber Alerts is cars. When you're driving down the freeway and you say, missing person, look for this car. What car do we look for?
That's the only car she has is the one that left in the garage.
The Lexus? And that's what you drove here tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any other cars that you drive?
Just my work truck.
Okay. Lexus. The Lexus is here. Okay. How could she have left the house?
Only way she could have left the house is if somebody picked her up, but it would have to have been from the back. Because it's the camera in the front, where the neighbor, the way it faces the driveway, it would have picked that up. Only thing it picked up was me leaving at like 5:26.
Okay. How do you know? Is it your camera?
It's neighbor's camera.
Oh, did he tell you?
Yeah, we were all over there watching it with the officer.
Okay. All right.
They just showed me loading up my truck.
Oh. Is it on all the time?
His camera's on all the time, yep.
Okay. And all it saw was you leaving?
Yep.
Did it show her coming home?
I didn't show her walking in, no.
Okay.
But she was in the house when I left.
Obviously.
So I was just like
I'm just trying to think. So the camera, is it possible that it doesn't catch everything? Like a motion detector?
From what I saw, I think like he showed me other like examples, but it was picking up like minuscule things here and there. Like it was like it didn't take much to like just get it start recording.
Oh, so it probably is a motion detector then, if there's start points.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then there's his camera, your security system.
And my doorbell camera right there.
Your doorbell camera.
And the only thing that was strange about mine that morning was that when I left, it said garage door 2 remained open.
When you left? Were you parked in the garage when you left?
I pulled out and I hit and it said, I thought it shut.
Oh, okay.
And it said main garage door 2 open when I went back and looked at all the history. And Nicole said that it was shut when she got there.
Okay.
But it said it was, because on my notifications, it'll say something's left open, but it won't say when it's shut.
Oh, so you got a notification it was open?
Mm-hmm.
After when you thought you shut it?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Next I looked back, I saw it shutting.
Okay. Kids, do they have any security little watches?
Mm-hmm.
Something they have the call home button? Nothing like that?
Nothing like that yet.
No iPads?
Mm-hmm.
How old are they?
4 and 3.
Oh, they're pretty young. Okay. Anything else you can think of?
Honestly, like we've exhausted like every option, every friend that we know that could have helped her.
Okay. So we talked about her decompressing a few times. Where would you do that?
She would have to go to her friend's house to do that. She wouldn't just go anywhere, not with the kids.
At a hotel?
I've checked, if she had any cash on her, I'm not sure like how much she would have had on her. She usually doesn't carry much cash, and the cash she had in her wallet was from Nicole the previous day.
From who?
From Nicole.
Oh, okay.
She told me that was the cash she gave her.
Okay.
I saw her when we found her purse.
For what?
No, I'm not sure. She didn't tell me.
Okay.
But that was the only cash she had in her wallet.
And is that still at the house, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So is her license in the wallet?
Yeah.
So she's got no cash that we know of, no license, no phone. Anything about the clothes in the closet, the hamper, the drawers that makes you think she packed some boots, she's going to the mountains?
Like she has so many clothes in that closet. Like it'd be hard to really tell if she took a little amount.
Okay.
I mean, if she took a big amount, it'd be pretty obvious. But like a little amount, you would never know.
Okay. All right.
She has like say like that whole wall, and then the bottom, and the other side.
Okay.
If you take this room, it's about the size of it.
A woman with a lot of clothing? You don't say.
No.
Okay. Shoes, anything about the shoes that you think?
She has a whole shoe closet.
So there's nothing obvious that screams at you, she's
No.
preparing for this type of activity? Okay.
And the kids' clothes too. There wasn't enough that was there that I saw missing.
Okay. So, all right. So I know it's hard to talk about. You mentioned that there was a hard conversation that the two of you had about
Separation.
Your marriage and separation. Now that you've had a little bit of time to think, looking back on that conversation, can you connect the dots between both of you being upset and crying, and here we are, and now she and the kids are gone? What do you think about?
I think about, like, did I cause this? Like, did I make her feel like she needed to leave? And, like, did she really feel, like, the things she was saying, did she really feel the same? Did she really feel like, all right, the disconnection, did she really feel all that, or she was just saying it? Like, maybe, like, us falling out of love, was that really registering her at that point in time, or did it register after I left to go to work? And then she's just like, I'm just going to leave.
Okay.
It's like, I'm not sure, because she laid back down.
Okay.
She was still there when I left.
Okay.
But, like, maybe she sat there and thought about it, like, do I really need to stay here right now?
Okay.
Like, if he doesn't love me, maybe I should just go.
Can you really get into that conversation with me? And what I want to know is, you obviously have a very deep relationship with her, she's your wife, but it's going to be easy for me to listen to what was said and maybe think that there are some clues about maybe she did just lay down and cry a little bit longer and something happened to her, or maybe she did get frustrated and she left. So can we recreate that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what happened.
So when I crawled back in bed.
So sorry, let's start from, she gets home late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll start from that point.
Okay. So she got home about 2 a.m.
And were you already home?
Oh yeah, I was passed out.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I felt her get into bed. That was about it. But about 4 a.m. that's when my alarm went off to go to work.
Okay.
So that's when I got ready and everything.
So she gets in at 2, alarm goes off at 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you were sleeping that whole time?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the conversation hadn't started.
No.
Okay.
No. So about when my alarm goes off, that's when, after I get ready for work, I crawl back in bed and have that conversation.
So you wake up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
At 4, then what until you start the conversation?
Get dressed, get my clothes on, brush my teeth, deodorant, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Shower?
No.
Okay.
Shower, night before.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I work in the oil and gas.
Okay. So then it doesn't matter if you go to work without a shower. Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
All right.
It's going to be bad anyways.
Yeah. So then you wake up, you get ready. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
You're fine.
So then, what time are we talking about when you're ready to talk with her?
About 4:15 or so.
Okay. And so she was asleep from the time she got in from 2 to 4,
Mm-hmm.
or 4:15. You wake up at 4:15, you're ready. Okay, and at 4:15, you start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you talk at 4:15 in the morning?
I felt like I needed to talk to her face to face, because like I wanted to say something. Like when she was in Arizona, like I didn't want to do it through a text. I didn't want to do it through a call. I was like, I got back in bed. I was like, I needed to talk to her about this, because she had told me like when she was going to fly back that she wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower, because she wanted to get the airport off of me.
What do you mean when she got back?
When she flew back in.
From Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay. So she told you, let's have a talk?
No, she wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower and get the airport off her, because her flight was delayed.
Oh, okay.
Her flight was supposed to get in at 11, but it didn't
Okay.
leave till 11.
Okay. And so did she call you or did she text you?
I think there was a call
Okay.
on that one.
All right. And so at 4:15, what happens?
That's when I crawled back in bed and I woke her up.
Okay.
And then I proceeded to talk to her about how I was feeling, about how I felt like what's been going on with us for the last, what she's seen in like the last 6 weeks, because she was in North Carolina and I was down there just the last week. But from just being apart and just like figuring out who people are. It's like honestly, the best way for people to really find out who they are is to spend time apart.
I agree.
And just kind of just like, you can just see yourself. And then on the last week, that's when I went back to North Carolina, and I was there for her last week there.
Okay.
And when we were together, we could feel like it wasn't there, that spark.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of cliche, but that spark wasn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And on that night, I told her, early that morning, I told her, like, the disconnection, it's there, like, it's not going away, like, the connection we had in the beginning, it's not there anymore. It's like, I don't feel like the love we have is there anymore.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't feel like, I mean, if we want to stay together for the kids, I'm not sure if that's going to work. Like, bringing
That's
another...
what you told her?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, having another baby, bringing us into this relationship, do you think this is going to work with us being together? Or separation, I think, is going to be the best possible route for us. And that's when, like, all the crying and everything proceeded. And it was very hard just to talk about that. But I needed to do it face to face.
Okay.
And I needed to see her face, like, while I did it. I couldn't text, phone, whatever. I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was going to be at least reciprocating back to me.
Oh, what did she say?
She said that she wanted to kind of work on it, but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respects that.
Okay.
And she said that most of the time, when you have kids and you have a relationship where people, like, they don't love each other anymore, they fall out of love, disconnection, that having kids, even bringing a new baby into the equation, doesn't always work as keeping, like, the couple happy and the kids happy. It's like, it almost is like better if the two are on different sides.
Yeah, you don't want to spend your whole marriage disliking each other and faking it for the kids.
Yes, and that's one thing.
Okay. Is that accurate? I don't want
Oh, yeah, that's totally accurate.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to be the people parading around with, like, a mask on when the kids are around, and then when the kids go to sleep, you just go your separate ways.
Okay.
It's like, that's what I don't want.
Okay.
And that's why we're talking about that separation that night.
Okay.
And that's why I got so emotional right there.
Okay. Emotional for you too?
Oh yeah, I was bawling my eyes out.
Okay. So then how long did that conversation last?
It lasted, so about 4:15 when we started, because we talked about the house as well.
Okay. What did you say about the house?
Like, we needed to sell the house. Like, there's no way, like, we can stay in this house and have another kid and be able to just keep everything afloat. And she's like, well, where do you want to move to? I was like, well, we can move to Brighton, we can move, are you familiar with the area?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. So we can move to Brighton, we can move to Longmont, we can move, like, wherever, somewhere that's cheaper.
Okay.
And she was like, well, because she had already contacted the realtor the week before through an email.
Oh.
To see, like, what she thought. And that's when, like, I actually contacted Ann that day, like, pretty much probably about 8 o'clock that day.
Who's Ann?
The realtor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and asked her, like, if we can get the ball rolling, like, see what she thought.
So you said your wife called a week before to the realtor?
Emailed her.
Okay, so then this conversation early in the morning wasn't a shock to either of you or a surprise, it was the next step in the long conversation you have to have leading up to. Okay.
Yeah, this was not like just like way up like a Big Bang Theory type thing. It was just like, this was, that's why it was just an emotional conversation, like, because it wasn't just like come out of nowhere, left field type of thing. Like, we knew, like, something wasn't, we knew about what we wanted to do with the house. We knew, like, what's going on with it. Like, we knew something was.
Is it accurate to say that then the time when you were away from each other, when she was in North Carolina, the time when she was in Arizona, maybe the two of you knew that could have been time you were talking, and so when you finally get together, we can't wait another second, we're going to talk. Is that right? Okay. And tell me if it's wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay, so then the conversation starts at 4:15. You talk about each other and your marriage. You talk about the house. Then what?
And that's when the conversation ends, and we're talking. That's when she said she's going to take her friends, or take her and her friends take her and the kids to her friend's house.
Which friend?
That's when she did not say. That's
So
why.
she did say, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house.
Yeah.
Are you sure she said that?
Yes.
You're positive?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now we're back to the blowing off steam
Yeah.
probability, which we like, right?
Yeah, that's what I like.
Okay. So let's, if we're gonna play the DVR, let's rewind 5 minutes. So we're at the house, you're talking about the house, you're saying this isn't gonna work with the kid, we're going to sell this house. Then how do you remember what led to her talking about the kids?
As far as like taking them to a friend's house?
Yeah, like what conversation did you guys have?
Well, that's when I rolled out of bed, and that's when she pretty much, she told me, like, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house today, and I'll be back later.
Are you sure she said she'll be back
Yes.
later? On a scale of 1 to 10, how positive?
That's a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So she said, I'm going to take the kids to a friend's house, but I'll be back later. Why?
From what I just told her.
That doesn't make sense, though, because
I know.
you'd be at work, why would she have to leave?
That's the thing, like, why, I'm not sure why she wanted to go somewhere.
Okay.
But that's what she wanted, like, maybe she didn't want to be in that house after what we were just talking
Fair
about.
enough, you just talked about, it's no longer mentally, emotionally her house then? Okay, so let's focus on, I'm going to take the kids to my friend's house. What does that mean?
Hopefully it's someone that she trusts. Hopefully it's someone that she knows pretty well, and hopefully maybe they have a kid that Bella and Celeste can play with.
But you have no idea who that would be?
Because we've exhausted all those people.
Okay. Does that surprise you? Because I don't know your wife, but maybe that's something that's in her wheelhouse. Does that surprise you that she said that and did that?
It doesn't surprise me that she went somewhere. Like, she said it could have been a play date.
Okay.
But she was very vague in the fact that she just said she was going to a friend's house.
Okay.
And didn't say who.
Okay.
That's why I texted her, like, if you can tell me, like, where the kids are.
What time did you text her?
That was 7:40.
Okay. And no word from her, obviously.
No.
Okay. So then we're at I'm going to take the kids, I'm going to go to a friend's house. You sure she didn't say I'm going to take them somewhere to a hotel or to a...
Oh, no, it was
You're
no.
positive she said to a friend's house?
Yeah.
And not just someone's house, but a friend's house?
Yeah, because, like, if it was a hotel, I would have definitely asked the question, like, why are you going to a hotel?
Yeah. Okay.
That wouldn't, yeah.
Where can we look to find friends that you might not know about?
Honestly, Facebook's the only place.
Facebook?
Because that's the one she frequents.
Okay.
That's the only place.
What's her Facebook account? Or her username?
I think it's Shanann Watts.
Just regular Shanann?
Well, they have access on her phone.
SHANANN.
ANN.
And so I think they can log into the phone, right? I think they're in her phone, right?
Oh, yeah, they just gotta hit the icon and it's right there.
So it's right there, they can
They can do whatever they want.
And they can, okay. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, it's always logged in.
Okay. Doesn't she do something online? Doesn't she have an online presence or something?
It's with Thrive, the direct sales business.
Is that like her job?
Yeah.
So it's called what?
Thrive. Yeah. The company's called Lavelle, but the company's called Lavelle.
Lavelle?
Yeah, LE-VEL.
LE-VEL. Okay.
Yeah, but the product's called Thrive.
Okay. What is it?
It's probiotics, prebiotics, vitamins and minerals. It's all plant-based stuff. It works very well.
Dietary, supplementary. Okay. And what does she do for them?
She's a promoter.
Okay. Sales?
Yes.
Okay. Is this I think I've heard of Thrive. Is this like you try to sell it personally to people you know? Okay, so she doesn't have a storefront that she works at?
No, it's all cloud-based.
Okay, home-based. She can work from home.
I can work anywhere.
And so where would be a list of contacts at Thrive that we could go start talking to people?
Oh, we've already gave them all to them. Like, everybody that she contacts through Thrive, they have them in that phone.
Please have that?
Yep.
In that phone?
Mm-hmm.
Through what? An app?
No, just like all the people that she contacts throughout the day.
Okay.
Like from Addie and Sam, and they're all in there.
Addie and Sam, who are they?
Addie Maloney's one of her leaders back east.
Okay.
Sam Paisley, another leader.
Someone who's supporting her sales.
Yeah.
What about people who, because she's in sales, what about customers she tries to reach out to she doesn't even know? How does she do that?
Messenger.
You message strangers?
Either it's her Facebook page is, I guess it's public,
Okay, so she has friends on Facebook
Yeah.
that might someday think that they want Thrive, that can reach her.
Mm-hmm.
How else does she do it?
It's mainly just through Facebook.
Through Facebook?
Yeah, like if she has any, she might do it on Instagram every once in a while. She'll like sync them both so that it
Okay.
goes to both, but
Facebook, and what was it, Instagram?
yeah,
Okay, what's her Instagram username?
I have no clue.
You have no idea?
No, it might just be Shanann Thrives, Shanann with the underscore Thrives.
Okay. So you don't do Thrive?
I do, but she kind of runs it.
Okay. Do you do it separately from her then?
It's a different team, but
Okay.
I'm under her.
Okay.
Like it's like she signed me up under her.
Okay.
So whatever I do helps her.
Right. Okay. What else are we not thinking of? So let's continue with, I'm gonna go to my friend's house. Then what happens?
That's when I go downstairs, make my protein shake, get my lunch, everything ready.
Because you're not going back to bed at this point?
No,
Okay.
I gotta work now.
And this is somewhere near 5?
5:15.
Okay.
And then that's when I go out, get my truck, load everything in it, and 5:30
Okay.
or about, what the neighbors thing said, about 5:26, I'm gone.
Okay, and she's still at the house then?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 'cause I mean, she never came back downstairs.
And explain your house to me. Do you leave through downstairs?
I'll leave, go downstairs and leave through the garage.
So then this conversation happened upstairs?
Yes.
In the master bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. And you're sure she didn't come down?
Like, once I was in the garage, so I didn't see anything after that.
Did you see her car in there?
Yes.
Okay, and you left when her car was in there?
Yep.
So it's clear she's in there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to determine if there's any other time she could have disappeared. And then, so from 5:30 then, what?
That's when I went to work.
Okay. All right.
And then 7:40 is the next time I texted her.
And why'd you text her then?
I hadn't heard from her, and I was just seeing if she knew, like, or just seeing where she went.
Texted Shanann, right? That's
Yep.
Shanann?
Yep.
And asked if she could tell me where she was taking the kids. Oh, okay, so at this point, it's 2 hours later, and you're thinking, I wonder where she's going.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that text on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Then all the way, what happened between 7:40 and noon?
I was outside working.
Okay. Noon, texted Shanann to call me, and that's gonna be on your phone too? Okay. 12:10, doorbell visitor.
That's when Nicole was at the door, and it pinged on my phone.
Okay. What's she doing there then? Oh, then 10 minutes later, you called Nicole to see what was going on, and she told me she couldn't get a hold of Shanann either, and that her shoes were whose shoes? Shanann's shoes?
Yep.
Were next to the door, and her car was in the garage, next to the door, inside or outside?
Inside. There's like a little small rectangular window next to the
Oh,
door.
okay.
You can see right in there.
Does that mean anything to you? Does Shanann, or her shoes always by the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come in the house, does she usually come in the front door?
Most of it, unless she drives in.
Okay.
Then she goes into the garage.
Okay.
That was just from the previous night when she came in.
Oh, okay. So then, let's think about this for a minute. If she comes in, drives in with, what's your other car, Lexus?
Yep.
She drives in the Lexus, comes in.
She comes in the garage door that way if she drives in the garage. But since Nicole dropped her off that previous night, she came in the front door.
Oh, someone else is driving. The Lexus is already there.
Your Lexus already.
Okay, so then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see what we're trying to do? We're trying to be like, did she walk out or was she taken out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it makes sense that her shoes are still right there.
Mm-hmm.
But she's obviously not wearing those shoes. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
12:40, a few more efforts by Nicole to reach her. How do you know?
Because that's when she was still at the front door, and I was
to reach her at the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 p.m. I'm now on my way home to check on my family. Is that just because you're worried based on the conversation
Yeah.
with Nicole? Had the police contact you by then?
No.
Okay. 2, I arrive, sorry, go ahead.
But Nicole said she was probably going to call the cops.
Okay. All right. Now, so it sounds like Nicole's pretty worried.
Mm-hmm.
More worried than you.
Well, so once she couldn't get anything out of her and nothing was going on in the house, I was like, all right, I gotta go home.
But it sounds like Nicole was more worried.
Yeah, because like if she doesn't text me, like I understand that, like
Okay.
sometimes that happens.
Okay.
But for her not to get back to her
Okay.
direct sales group,
Okay.
that was very unorthodox.
Okay. And you had a pretty tough morning with her.
Yeah.
So she's, again, decompressing,
Yeah.
as you said. So it's okay that she's not texting you maybe, but you're gonna come home and check just
Yeah.
in case.
Mhm.
But Nicole's freaking out,
Mhm.
is that right?
Yeah.
And I'm walking myself through this, you tell me, no, that's not what happened.
No, I mean, like, she, like, for her not to get back to her friends like that, like, that's not normal, because, like, she'll get, like, tons of text messages throughout the day from
Okay.
direct sales.
All right,
Like, if she doesn't get back to me, I just assume that she's busy.
okay. I'm now on my way home to check my family, 2 p.m. I arrive home, open the garage door, how?
I have my, button.
Okay, it's in your truck?
Yeah.
Okay, and get inside the house, Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. Who are Bella and Celeste?
That's what my kids.
Okay, oh, are not in the house, oh, okay. Shanann's wedding ring is on
On
the
her
nightstand,
nightstand.
her phone is on the couch, her purse is still here, the medicine for the kids is still here, the car with the car seats are still here, there is no sign of them anywhere. Frederick police officer and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. How did that go?
I mean, we tried to go through from what we could gather, like, where she could have gone.
Okay,
As far as, like, 'cause what we saw in the house, it didn't really make sense.
okay,
So that's when we're just, like, started to look through the phone and just kind of call around. And once we found the phone and Nicole knew what the passcode was, just kind of load it up and see what transpired. And obviously there was, like, 50-something text messages that like, popped through.
okay. All right,
Because the phone was off.
okay. What do you mean the phone was off?
It was off.
When you found it was off?
Off.
Was the battery dead?
No.
What do you make of that?
I have no clue. Like, why was it off and why was it not with her?
It's weird, right? Because if you're saying that she does a ton of texting and marketing and sales and calling certain people back, okay. How would it turn off?
You'd have to turn it off.
Okay.
Because it wasn't dead. It was like 50% or so, I
Are
think.
you sure? Okay. And it was on the couch?
Mhm.
What do you make of that?
Oh, usually it's not right by her nightstand.
Okay.
That's usually where it always is.
Nightstand in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about that?
No, that is weird that it was sitting, like, on the couch cushion, like, right there.
Okay. So, can we back up a tiny bit? You come home, no one had been in the house.
No.
Okay. No one could get in the house, is that right?
Yeah, unless you had a garage door.
Okay. And that's how you got in?
So I got it.
So at this point, you get there, are the police there at this point?
Yes.
So you, the police, Nicole, that's it?
Her son.
Her son, what's her son's name?
I think Nick. I think his name's Nick.
Nick. And so you and Nicole aren't besties per se? You and Nicole?
Oh, no, like, we're friends, but yeah, my wife and her are really good friends.
Okay. And so Nick, you don't spend much time with Nick?
No.
Okay. Why is Nick there?
That he was just with his mom.
Okay. Is there anything weird about Nicole and Nick?
Not that I really think of.
Do you think anything about your wife not being around has anything to do with Nicole and Nick?
I would hope not. I mean, like, Nicole is one of her good friends.
Okay.
I don't think they could have done, like, I don't think they could have done anything, like, as far as, like, helping her get out and then being so emotional when they couldn't find her. I don't think they could be capable of that.
Okay. So then they're at home, police officers there.
Mm-hmm.
Then walk me through that.
So as we go through the house, we're all,
Do you immediately go through the house?
I open the garage door and I just go into the house. I'm looking, like, I just go in the garage door and I'm looking.
Is the police officer saying, hey, let me talk to you for a minute?
No.
No, okay.
No.
What's the vibe like?
I go up there, shake his hand, but I'm, like, opening the garage door at the same time.
Okay.
And then I go through, and then they're waiting at the front door. I go in, open that up, and then they come in.
Oh, so they didn't go in the garage door with you? Okay.
Well, they went in the garage. They didn't come in the way I did.
All right. So then, everybody goes in, okay, and then what?
I run upstairs and I look in the bedrooms.
Okay. And because that's where she would be?
That's where I would expect.
So is this a standard house, upstairs bedrooms, downstairs living area?
Yep.
Okay.
And there's one office downstairs.
Okay. And then, so then upstairs, then what?
I'm going to Bella's room, going to Celeste's room, playroom, master bedroom. I'm looking everywhere, like bathrooms, and nothing.
Okay. And then?
I found the wedding ring right there on the nightstand, and then...
Right then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick,
Is that weird?
she only takes it off if she colors her hair.
Okay.
And she'd already colored her hair like the week before, so...
Okay.
That was just like probably a result of our conversation.
Oh.
I would think.
Okay.
And then Nick finds her phone on the couch.
And why did he find her phone on the couch? What's he looking for there?
I don't know, he was looking.
For
Clues, just looking,
Okay.
just looking around too, and just happened just like to run across it right there on the couch and next to the cushion.
So he found it, it's not as though you were calling it to find it, he just found it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Saw Nikki puts the passcode in, because it was a 4-digit passcode before, and it was a 6-digit this time, so now like...
Oh, 13119?
Yeah.
She knew her friend's passcode?
Yeah, I didn't, because it used to be 2385, but when she changed it to 6...
How did Nikki know it?
Maybe she knew it over the weekend, because I'd never seen a 6-digit passcode on her phone.
Is that normal to you that Nicole might share her passcode with somebody?
I wouldn't think so.
Do you know her to have done that before?
No, because she's only told me her passcode before, like her phone's her lifeline, so.
Okay. Are she close with Nicole?
She's, decently close.
How long do they know each other?
Probably at least over a year.
How did they meet?
When Shanann's mom lived here, Shanann's mom worked she's a hairdresser, and Nikki was like one of the managers.
Oh.
Nicole, sorry.
Okay. And then did Shanann get her hair done there or something by Nikki?
No.
Okay.
Just Shannon's mom and Nicole were friends, and then Shanann got Nicole into the Thrive, and
okay.
went from there.
All right. So now we're at finding the phone, Nicole unlocking the phone, then what?
Waiting for everything to load up and watching all the text messages pop up, phone calls, missed calls pop up, and go from there.
And what were they?
It was just people asking, like, are you okay? Where are you? Type things.
Okay. All right. Okay, then what?
The police officer, he looks at the phone, looks through it just to see like if anything looks, of any of the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And then I walk downstairs and I'm looking around down there, seeing if I see anything at all.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And then I think that was at 4 o'clock. That's when because the officer, I went over to the neighbor's house to see if he saw anything. And
whose idea was that?
I think it was the officer, because
Okay.
he just went over there. And then that's when the neighbor called him back over to show him he had some stuff from the other night.
Okay.
To show him like whatever he had, and that put motion on it.
Okay. Who originally called the police?
Nicole.
Okay. And is that the time when you were telling me you're coming home and she's freaking out?
She said that. She told me she was going to call the police, but I thought, okay, I'm coming home. It's like, let me look through everything, let's see what's going on here. And on my way home, that's when she called me and said, the cops are here.
Okay. All right. Okay. Frederick police officer and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. 4 p.m. Police check neighbor security footage and question them as well. Okay. Have we talked about that? Is that where we're okay?
That's where we're at.
Anything else about that?
No, it just shows Nicole dropping her off, but her not walking up, and it shows me loading my truck up at the time that I told you I left.
Okay. Officer, detective, and sergeant come by to search the house and ask some more questions. How'd that go?
They just had me sign the paperwork to search the house.
Okay.
And I just waited outside and let them go through the house. There's a missing persons warrant, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
And did they find any other clues? Okay. Begin calling around to anyone I know that could know something or maybe see Shanann. Calling locals, hospitals, and hospitals as well. 7:30 p.m. Friends, Nick and Amanda come by to show support. Okay, so I begin. So 6 p.m. Begin calling around to anyone I know that could know something or maybe seen Shanann. What happened there?
Same thing, like everybody that I've talked to, it's just like they haven't heard from her, they haven't seen her, nothing. Called what's up?
Who's helping you make these calls?
That's just me.
Just
At
you?
this point,
Were you by yourself?
I was by myself. I'm sure Nicole and other people were doing that while they were gone.
Okay.
Because they were gone at this point.
Where did Nicole go?
Back to her house.
Back to her house.
She was there when they came back to search the house.
Nicole was?
She was parked outside.
When is this?
5 p.m.
o'clock?
Yeah, she was parked outside.
Did she come in and help them?
No.
Why not?
Well, because they told me to wait outside.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Is there any weapons in your house?
No.
Okay. If we wanted to bring a lot more people with a lot more tools and tricks to your house, could we do that tonight?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I was gonna stay at a friend's house, and I was on my way over there
Okay.
tonight, but that's up to you.
You're gonna stay right at a friend's house?
I was.
Okay. If we were to get into your house without you there, how would we do it?
Punch the passcode in the front, 2385.
Okay, and that's the garage passcode?
No, that's the front door.
And I thought you said it was a latch or something preventing you from getting in.
I know, but if you don't latch it, it's...
Is it unlatched now?
Yeah.
Okay. We might think about that. I think it's a good idea.
All right.
What do you think?
I was just gonna go to a friend's house because I couldn't stay there last night. I couldn't even sleep there.
What friend's house?
Nick and Amanda.
Oh, is that her friends or your friends?
They're both of our friends.
Okay.
I run with Nick,
Okay. And when you say her, is that your wife or is that Nicole's?
my wife.
Your wife's, Shanann's friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Nick and Amanda.
I think they're waiting outside right now, actually.
Oh, are they? Were they the ones I saw on TV?
More than likely.
Okay.
One bald guy?
Young kid with a brim ball cap?
Yeah.
Colorado or something,
Yep.
maybe?
That was Nick.
That was Nick? Okay. I thought Nick was, no, wait, Nicole's, what's Nicole's son?
Nick?
So there's two Nicks now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicole's son is Nick.
Yeah.
And your friend's Amanda. Who's
Amanda and Nick, yeah.
Are they married?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, I should say like a Nick and Amanda Thayer, put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I know that they are named. They showed up at the house at some point, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right, good friends?
Mm-hmm.
And no reason to worry about that?
No.
How do you and Shanann know that?
Amanda through Thrive, or actually Amanda was at Primrose at where the kids went to school.
Okay.
She used to be director there.
Oh.
And once she left as director position, when she left to go to a different school, that's when Shanann got her on Thrive and became friends, and
Okay.
me and Nick started running, and
Okay.
that's...
All right. Friends making that commercial support. Friend, is that Lauren Arnold?
Yep.
Who's that?
Shanann's high school friend
Okay.
lives out here.
And how'd she find out about all this?
Facebook.
And so did you ask them who and where Shanann might be?
Oh yeah, like Shanann, Lauren and Shanann were actually supposed to meet up that day.
To do what?
Meet up at the house for just pregnancy pal thing.
At your house?
Mm-hmm.
What time?
Don't know.
Was there any communication about that?
Not to me.
How do you know?
That was the first I'd heard of it, because she said that they were supposed to meet up that day.
Oh, when she came over at 8,
Yeah.
she said, holy cow, we were gonna meet together, something like that?
Yeah, like that, when she heard about everything on Facebook about Shanann being missing, and she's like, yeah, her and I were supposed to, Lauren said her and I were supposed to meet up and do a little pregnancy pal thing.
Is Lauren pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. First kid?
Third.
Okay. And so, both third kids. So they were just gonna meet up because they're expecting mothers?
Yeah, they're probably just gonna just hang out
Yeah.
and probably haven't seen each other in a while.
Okay.
I ain't worried about her though.
Okay. Who are you worried about?
Anybody that I know right now, like, if they have not told me anything, it'd drive me nuts. It's driving me nuts, because, like, there's no way, like, the people that I know that have kids that could have helped her, if she's at somebody's house right now, like, they would have had to say something by now. With all this going on, there's no way they could have kept their mouth shut by now.
So then who are you worried about?
Honestly, like, I can't really say, like, if I'm worried about anybody right now as far as, like, any of her friends that I know.
Yeah.
All of them are showing, like their deep concern about what's going on right now.
Okay.
And I think, like, with that deep concern, that can't be faked.
Okay. So then, who are you worried about?
It has to be somebody I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
The only thing that I can think of is somebody I don't know.
Okay. Does your gut tell you that Shanann and the kids walked out, or that they were taken out?
Yesterday I would have said they walked out. Today I would have said I'm leaning the other direction.
Okay. Friends Dave Cologne and Jeremy Lindstrom come by to show support. Who are they?
Dave Cologne, when I worked for Ford, he ran an auto body shop. He actually works for Boulder County Sheriff's Department now.
Oh, okay.
And Jeremy Lindstrom, he worked in the sales department at Ford when I was a tech, and he works in a Ford dealership now.
Okay.
And Jeremy's daughter just watched the kids over this past weekend too, so we know them pretty well.
Oh, what's his daughter's name?
McKenna.
Okay. Was she the one watching the kids the night before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw her name in a report or something. How did that go with Dave and Jeremy?
Oh, good. They're just there to show support, just chilling in the kitchen.
Just two of them?
Yeah, then that's me. Yeah, me and them.
And Lauren and all them had gone by then?
Oh yeah, everybody else is gone by then.
Okay. When they come over to show support, what are you guys talking about?
Just talking about like what could have happened. Like, do you think she could have gone somewhere? Do you think she's actually taken? Like, just random questions like that. And then they're just talking about just other stuff to kind of get things off my head a little bit.
Okay. Okay. 10 o'clock. I lay in bed and proceed to take calls from friends and family the rest of the night. How'd that go?
I'm just answering. Nobody could sleep as far as East Coast, anything like, Addie, Sam.
Who's Addie and Sam again?
Addie Mills, they're leaders in Thrive.
Okay.
They're people that Shanann reaches up to.
Okay. Have we talked to them?
Oh yeah, he talked to them on the phone.
You have?
I've texted them, it's all on there.
Okay. And so, the real live communication sense, we couldn't find Shanann?
Yeah,
With them? Okay. Have police talked to them?
I believe so.
Okay. Just on the phone?
Yes.
Are they in North Carolina?
No, they're like northeast,
Northeast what?
like Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over there.
All right. Who else calls?
See her mom, talked to my parents, talked to my sister, texted with Kelly, she lives in New Jersey. Oh, who else? Jeremy, Dave, all those people.
Okay. All right. Can we talk about something that's kind of hard to talk about? So when I work investigations like this, I have to keep an open mind on everything, okay? And part of keeping an open mind is listening to you talk about your wife and your marriage, and the day she goes missing is the day that you guys have marital discord, okay? So you can understand what I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Makes me sick to my stomach, honestly. Like, I know, like, I've talked to a few of my friends, is like, this does not look good on you. I'm like, I know. It's like, if people knew that we were having marital issues, they're gonna look at me, especially with the way everything looks. And it honestly just makes me sick to my stomach, because this is something that I would never do. Ever. I know, like, you have to look at every vantage point. This is something I would never do to my kids or my wife, at all. I'm not sure, like, what I could do to make people believe that, just because if they knew we were having marital discord, they would automatically look at me. But I would harm anybody in my family at all.
And I know we were having marital discord, and we had that conversation that morning, and then she goes, we have no idea where she is, or the kids. I promise you that is I had nothing to do with any of that.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the absolute truth.
Why should I believe you?
Because I'm a very trustworthy person, and the people that do know me, they know how I'm a calm person. I am not an argumentative person. I am a person who is never going to be abusive or physical in any kind of relationship. I would never harm my kids. I would never harm my wife. I mean, you can talk to any of my friends, any of her friends. They know me. They know I'm a low-key guy that's quiet. I'm not about confrontation. I'm not about anything that elevates to that level. I mean, you can, like, if someone yells at me, screams at me, I just take it, and I just try to get it by the wayside and get it back to where it's just a cool conversation to where none of that gets to that height, because I am not that person. I've never been that person.
Okay. You can imagine it's my job, okay? And I told you that tonight we would talk about things and might offend you, you know that we have to get to the bottom of this. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you take a polygraph?
Sure.
Okay. Would you take it tonight?
If that's what you want me to do.
Yeah.
I've never done one. I don't know what it involves, but
Okay. You know what it is?
from what I've seen, it goes on your finger.
You know what the purpose of one is?
That's for a lie detector test.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we do this? Let's take a little break. I'm going to come back in here because I have a lot more questions for you. Okay. I want to remind you that tonight is voluntary. Okay. I can't keep you in here. I won't keep you in here. If you want to get right up and walk out of here, you can do that. Okay. All right. Do you want to keep talking with me?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
I mean, if that's what you want, I can keep talking.
Okay. And you understand that I'm not arresting you right now. You understand that you can walk out of here at any time.
Sure.
Okay. Having said that, I do want to talk to you. I have a lot more questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know where your wife is?
I mean, that's what my life is.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the absolute truth.
Okay. Let's take a tiny break. Get some water. Do you need to use the restroom?
I don't know.
Okay. There's some water or Gatorade actually if you need it. I'm going to step out for a minute. I need to look over some of my notes. I'm going to come right back in here. I'm not going to be out very long, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
have everyone else. I'm just gonna keep this room for a little bit longer. So just shuffle people through the other rooms. All right. How you feeling?
Looking at that picture, find him. God. Celeste loved those shoes, even though they were winter shoes.
They were what?
Winter shoes.
Those are her boots, aren't they?
Shanann was gonna sell them off to like that Facebook marketplace. She had them on the windowsill there, and when we got back from North Carolina, the SEC saw them sitting over there, and she proceeded to take them back and wear them every day since they got back. No matter if it was 100 degrees outside or what, she loved those shoes. She always loves those shoes. And Bella, she always wore some flip-flops. She always will. She's just like, she loved that dress. She loved those flip-flops. Cece loves that dress. She likes the buttons on the back.
Is CC short for something?
Celeste.
Bella and Celeste. Tell me about them.
BNC. Celeste, she's Rampage. She's always the one that's gung-ho. She's always the one that's just like, she's off. She's either go or sleep. She's always the one growling. She's always been, she's a tiger. Bella, she's the calm, the mothering one. She's the one that's always, you okay? You okay? You fine? Okay. She's just the sweetest little girl. She's the one that favors me more, and Celeste is the one that favors Shanann more. And the way I look at it. You see some baby pictures of me and Bella, it's just like, boom, see, the other way around.
So when you say favorite, do you mean look like?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are they Wolf Daddy's girl?
That one is.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it?
It's because the first one I wasn't really good at it yet. Second one I knew what I was doing, and she bonded with me right from the start.
Yeah.
I remember when they wore that dress. She just wore that dress not too long ago. I unbuttoned the back of it so I could get her pajamas on. She's like, no, Daddy, button. I got button. And Bella loves those spaghetti strap dresses. She likes long dresses. She was a girly girl. Always. Cece is just like, I always like try to put her in a Supergirl t-shirt, and she loved it. Every time. Cece always be smiling though. Bella, you have to like really kind of, like, you want some gum? Like, she said, you want some gum? She would have been looking in this picture. Cece's always just smiling at the camera. I'm gonna find him, right?
I need your help.
I gotta find him. I gotta find Shanann. It's the picture somebody sent me, where it was the side by side of Bella and Celeste and Shanann. There was a post to like one of the news companies.
Okay.
This was the picture they used of the girls.
All right. Were you thinking about anything while I stepped out?
Just how much I want to see these two girls and my wife again. Just I want them to come home.
I mentioned that children go missing in the FBI, it's a lot like you see in the movies.
Okay.
We like to get every single one of our resources. We like to call every agent and wake them up out of bed, call them back from vacation. We just really like to put a full force in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you're comfortable supporting?
Yeah.
Okay. That means that I want to have as many eyes, as many hands, as many investigators, as many evidence people as we can possibly get looking at your house.
Okay.
Can we do that right this minute?
Up to.
Okay.
I'll stay out of the way if you want.
Okay. That's usually best. For you, for us, for everyone. Okay.
You just want me to go stay at my friend's house then?
Is that an option?
Yeah, because I'm not sure if they're still outside. I'm
Okay.
not sure or not, because
All right.
I don't have a phone.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about your phone.
Yeah, I don't have much to, I'd say one here anyways,
Okay.
but, it's a concrete block.
So, what I might do then is in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, I might just step out for a very quick break and just say, guys, let's go in that house right now.
2385.
You did tell me that, and I did write it. The garage is 2385?
The front door.
The front door, 2385, and that latch or whatever is not gonna get in our way?
It should be unlatched.
Okay, good, all right.
If it is, just call me.
Now, when they go in there, I want them to run a black light over everything. I want them to collect DNA. I want them to look for hair strands and DNA samples. And I want them to look at your stuff and your wife's stuff and your children's stuff and the garage stuff and the car stuff, all of it.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any problems with that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So then I want them to do that sooner than later. I might step out here in a minute and just tell them the code and just let them know, guys, let's find how we can get these girls, okay? Can we keep talking about some complicated things?
Sure.
Some things that are gonna make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I think you know why I have to ask them,
Yeah.
okay? And
Hard job.
it's a hard job. It is a hard job. And I'm gonna ask you one thing, and you're gonna give me an answer, and I'm gonna ask it just a slight bit different, and you're gonna give me an answer, and then about 10 iterations of this, you might get annoyed, but I do that to make sure that we understand each other. Okay, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have your daughters who are missing, we have your wife who's missing, okay? And that's the most important thing right now, okay? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So, you've done very good in talking to me about this really hard conversation you guys had, okay? Very good. That's sometimes hard. And I understand why sometimes someone in your position says, doesn't want to tell me about that. Because please go help me find my kids, and you don't need to know about my marriage argument, okay? So I got to say, you've done very good at that, and I need you to keep doing that. So I need to ask you about your marriage and infidelity.
Okay.
Okay, tell me about it.
I have never cheated on my wife,
Okay?
and I fully suspect she has never done that to me.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's always been a trustworthy person. I've always been a trustworthy person. I fully expect if we ever thought about straying another way,
Mm-hmm.
that we would tell each other before it happened.
I think that sounds ridiculous.
Okay.
Because in the history of the earth, nobody ever does that.
Okay, I just, that's what I would like to think.
Okay.
I mean, I know mistakes happen, like,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But that's what in my head, that's what I would
Okay.
think would happen, I would hope would happen.
Okay.
But,
Now, even though I think that sounds ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
if I was in your shoes, I'd say the exact same thing, and I believe that, okay? But I kind of don't. And you can imagine in my job, I meet all kinds of people.
mm-hmm.
And you can imagine that there are people who have Saturdays with their girlfriends and Sundays with their wives,
Okay.
right? And they consider themselves to be very virtuous people, okay? So, with that in mind, I don't care if there's been anything in your relationship. I just don't. And I'm not going to tell the news, and I'm not going to tell anyone, but I do need to know. So, is there anyone that you think that maybe your wife got close with?
If she did, it was very, like, secret then, if that was the case, because
Okay.
I had no inkling
No
at
idea.
all. No,
Okay.
it wasn't even a suspicion.
Okay, not one guy. Or girl.
No, if that was the case, I mean, I didn't have one suspicion about it. Like, if it happened, it wasn't even like, I wasn't aware.
Nothing
There was
on
no
your radar?
clue. There was no, like,
Okay.
you know, texting with the phone, like, back, or like, you know, I walk in, swipe type
Yeah.
thing. I didn't really have any of that.
Okay. No perfume when she's going out with the girls?
She always sprays something
You know
on
what
us.
I mean,
Yeah, I
like
know, that.
special
It wasn't,
perfume.
it wasn't like, you know, like that 1 in a million perfume or something like that, you know?
All right. No late nights that surprised you?
No.
Okay. Now let's talk about you.
Okay.
Okay. On your end, I gotta ask, what's her name?
I don't have another one.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Would you tell me if you did?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, highly trained investigator over here, right? I see pictures of you from a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you standing before me now. Okay, you've gotten pretty fit.
Yes.
Okay? You can imagine when guys start cheating or want to cheat, that's what happens.
Yes.
So tell me about it.
I did not cheat on my wife.
Okay.
Not Thrive helped me. I went from 245 pounds to
You were
about...
245?
I was 245
Jeez.
pounds.
You look great, man.
Thank you. And I'm 185, 180 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been eating cleaner, just trying to, the last little bit. Thrive has helped me a lot, but to maintain it and try to eat cleaner has really helped me as well.
Okay. And I've got to imagine that maybe there was a girl that inspired that?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. Why are you falling out of love?
After the last 5 weeks, like being by myself and being able to be myself again, I couldn't be myself around Shanann anymore.
Why not?
It was like I was walking just like, you know, like walk on eggshells type thing. It's kind of like you feel like you're always doing something that's wrong. It's like you feel like you're never like, does that make sense at all?
The timing doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. But like, it's like if you can't be yourself around your wife, who can you be yourself around?
Why couldn't you be yourself around your wife?
I just felt like I'd always have to change who I was, because I was always about, I mean, I was doing the laundry, I do everything. Like, I do everything that I could for her. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the last 5 weeks, I was just, you know, just being myself, just doing me, and I just thought to myself, like, one of my buddies, Mark, he lives out in San Diego, it was like one big test that he learned, like, he was divorced at one point, and he was like, so if you could picture yourself, like, if you could picture your wife, and she was with someone else, would you get jealous? I was like, at this point I have to say no. And he was like, well, there's your answer. Like, if you love her, it would be a different answer.
When did you start falling out of love?
It wasn't in the last 5 weeks. It's been an ongoing process for probably about a year.
Why?
I just felt like everything that we had when we first started dating and met, like we met in 2010, everything, you know, your new relationship, spark, everything's hot and heavy, everything's great. Get married, everything's still great. And then, like, you know, people just fall out of love. And that's where I was. Like, I just felt like over the last year, I thought that, like, okay, maybe this is just like a phase. Maybe this, you know, like, just, you know, this is what happened. Like, you've been with somebody so long, maybe, like, you know, the spark isn't there, just reunited somehow, some way. But, you know, our conversations weren't the same. Like, when we were apart, like, everything was just, like, you know, short, and it was just, like, nothing felt right anymore. The disconnection was there, and it just never felt right anymore.
But why?
It wasn't there. Like, I just didn't feel it. Like, it was like I didn't have that passion anymore.
Why not?
Honestly, I really couldn't, I can't tell you, like, the passion, I didn't feel it in my heart anymore. Like, I really can't, like, just give you a definitive answer other than that. It's like my heart wasn't in it.
I gotta tell you, that sounds like a load of horseshit to me.
I know.
What about the girls?
Bella and Celeste are the light of my life. I'd do anything for those girls. I'd step in front of a bullet in front of a train for those girls.
doesn't add up to me, then why did the spark die?
The relationship between me and Shanann has nothing to do with the love I have for these girls. I mean, the love for these girls, they're the light of my life. I would do anything for them.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Shanann talked about, like, if we separated or if we stayed together, like, what's best for the kids? Like, do we stay together for the kids? That, you look it up, it doesn't work that way. Like, it might cause more issues for the kids later on down the road with their psyche or personality or something. They know when they get older, they see, like, oh, mom and dad don't sleep in the same room anymore, like, what's going on, type thing.
Okay. If you had to guess, if you had to put your finger on it, if you had to, why do two people that are hot and heavy, that have kids that they love, what happened?
I mean, you can't take the kids into the factor because, like, when the love you have for your kids is gonna be, like, exponential. I mean, it'll no matter what, that will never die. Because those are your kids. That'll never die. Between you and your wife, like, the love that you have for each other, like, from start to finish, like, from right when you started to wherever if your relationship ends, like, when you're in that type of relationship, you're with somebody for that long, something happens. Like, something like, if it's just conversations, or if it's just like, it's not attractiveness at all, like, it's just a connection that isn't there. Like, when you can, like, look at someone, or just, like, put your forehead to their forehead, and you just, like, hold them, and you know what each other's thinking. That's a connection. I didn't have that connection anymore.
Okay. What do I do to help you walk out of this room and not look like the person who's responsible?
You have to trust me that when I tell you that these two beautiful girls right here, I did nothing to them, and to my beautiful wife, I did nothing to her. Like, you have to trust me and believe me. Like, I know you don't know me as a person. You've known me for like 2.5, 3 hours, and I don't know what your opinion is, but you have to realize that these two beautiful girls right here and my wife, I had nothing to do with the disappearance. Like, they vanished, they were taken, someone has taken them, they're safe somewhere, we don't know. I had nothing to do with this act of, like, evil cruelty, whatever has happened here. Because my love for these two girls and my wife, like, I don't want anything to happen to them. I've never wanted anything to happen to them. No matter if me and my wife separate or not, or divorce, or anything, I never wish harm on anybody, on a human being in general.
Okay.
Like, just seeing that picture, like, I want them just to run through that front door and just grab me, or just just tackle me, knock me to the floor, bust my head up, I don't care. The amount of love I have for my family is exponential, and it's never gonna die. And I want them back.
Okay.
I have to have them back.
Tell me about a normal day in your house.
So, like, one when I'm actually home all day.
Let's pick a day.
Okay,
2 months ago.
Let's pick a Saturday.
Let's pick a school day.
A school day, okay. So, well, I'm usually at work,
Okay.
but, so usually
On
on
their lives and your lives.
Okay, so school day. So I'll get up about 4 o'clock, I'll go down, work out for maybe about an hour or so.
At your house?
Yeah, it's a weight bench in the basement.
Okay.
So get done with that, come back upstairs, probably about 5 o'clock. I'll eat some breakfast, make some eggs, cottage cheese or something like that. Everybody's still sleeping. I'll make the girls milk, I'll make Cece's milk. I'll bring it upstairs. Bella's usually kind of iffy on milk in the morning, so I just fill up the water bottles, put it in the refrigerator. Make sure the backpacks have changed clothes, their hat, and if it's like a swim, like a water day or something, make sure they have water shoes in there, make sure they have sunscreen, make sure that all that in their backpacks,
Change clothes for what?
in case they have an accident. like-
Oh, okay, because they're little, yeah. Okay,
And not much Bella, but Celeste.
sure.
And make sure they have their little blankies if they, whenever they go nap.
Okay.
They have all that with them. I have that all laid out, and then I go to work.
Mhm.
So when the kids dictate when Shanann wakes up, and usually it's Bella. She'll come in there, lay in the bed with her. And then Celeste, she'll wake up, and she'll come in and lay in the bed with her, and they'll watch cartoons for a little while at least.
Mhm.
And probably about 6:30, Shanann she'll probably be in the bathroom at this point in time while they're watching, because Celeste has her milk at that point in time when she's just chilling in the bed.
Okay.
Shanann's getting ready, she'd probably take a shower, put makeup on, all that kind of stuff, and then takes the kids over into their rooms, gets them dressed, out of their pajamas, and Bella has a school uniform. Cece didn't have one yet, so, get them dressed, go downstairs, have breakfast. Cece will probably have cereal, Bella probably some like cinnamon toast.
Mhm.
Have that, they might have a little snack on the way to school, maybe some dry cereal or something.
Okay.
Put them in the cars and go to school.
Mhm.
And then they'll stay at school usually until about 4 o'clock, 4:30. I'll usually be home by then. I can go pick them up. I go in there, sign them out, get them in the car, drive back. They'll be screaming the whole way because they want mommy,
Mhm.
because that's what they do after a long day of school.
Mhm.
And get home, Shanann will have something for the girls, being whatever they want. Might be pizza, sometimes they want french fries, sometimes they want chicken nuggets, sometimes kibasi, just whatever. Most of them, they have butter noodles, they love that.
Okay.
So, wash their hands, sit them at the table, and they'll eat their dinner.